Hello and welcome. In this video, I'd like to share some alternatives to big tech communication tools that we've all come to know, like Microsoft Teams or Google Meet plus chat. But of course, what if you're looking to break away from these big tech solutions and explore more open source, privacy focused, or even self-hosted options? And with that, I'd like to introduce Jitsi Meet or Element built on Matrix. Jitsi Meet is a free open source video conferencing tool that you can use directly in your web browser. You do have to use either a Google or GitHub login as a moderator, and you can even self-host your own instance or use Jitsi as a service, a JAS solution, for more control. Element built on Matrix is a decentralized chat and video conferencing platform that works across web, desktop, and mobile. You can create an account and start chatting right away in your browser or app. And like Jitsi, it also gives you the option to self-host for full privacy and control. And that's where I'm going to stop for now. In part 2, we'll take a closer look at Jitsi Meet, exploring how it works right from the web. And in part 3, we'll dive into Element on Matrix and see what makes it such a great all-in-one solution. Okay, here we are in part 2. We're going to take a closer look at Jitsi Meet, using it directly from the web. And we can access this by going to meet.jit.si, shown here. And once we arrive at the page, we can see Jitsi Meet, followed by the field for the meeting name and the Start Meeting button. What we can do is type a unique name, something like create a super simple meeting name. Obviously, create your own. We'll click the Start Meeting button. And from right here, we can see this is kind of like our setup area or a setup page. And I'm going to go ahead and disable the camera for now. We can even disable the microphone upon the entrance of the meeting. We can select the up arrows here for additional settings so we can see a preview, as we can see here. We can even set virtual backgrounds. Additionally, for microphone, we can go into additional settings and select our microphone and hit our display name. So I'm going to use Justin Curtis, and then we can hit Join Meeting button. From here, we'll see the message. The conference has not yet started because no moderators have yet arrived. If you'd like to become a moderator, please log in. Otherwise, please wait. So we're going to select the login button here. And this is where we can log in with either our Google account or GitHub account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and then I'll come right back. All right, we're back, and we can see the meeting is live. So we see my JC bubble here. And before I even run through the dashboard or layout, if you will, two things I want to share. First is there is no automatic recording. So Jitsi doesn't store or record meetings by default. Once our meeting ends, all the data is gone. Nothing is saved or stored on Jitsi servers. And second item, easy guest access. Since we're the moderator and we've logged in as the moderator, we can share the meeting link with anyone, and no login or account is required for them. The participant can just click on the link, join in, and we can choose to either allow or deny access when they arrive. Now we're going to go ahead and do a quick tour, and we're going to go ahead and bring it down here to the toolbar. First item here is the microphone. So we are muted right now. We can unmute. And once I'm speaking, we can see the pulse around the JC bubble. I'm going to go ahead and mute again. As well, the additional options for audio. Then we have the camera. So of course I have it disabled. I'll enable now. And we can see the camera works. We'll disable. Additional settings. Of course our preview. And right here we can share a screen. So we can share just the tab of the browser we're currently in, window, or entire screen. Right here we have our chat option. So we can open the chat, give a little hello to everyone, hit enter. There we go. Close that back out. Right here, we can raise our hand to bring attention. Maybe we have a question, maybe we want to say something. Or as well, you have reactions or emojis right here. Our participants pane, so we can see everyone that's currently in our rooms. And as well, we can create or add breakout room if we wish. From here, we can do invite a participant as well, but we'll do that in just a moment. So I'm gonna close this out. And we're gonna go ahead and come down here to the toggle view. So we can see here, we can have the speaker or our other participant right here in the center and ourselves over here. Or we can go full screen with them and back. Next, we can invite participants. So we can click that option there. Oop, let me try that again. and we can copy the link. We can send and share that link, or of course we can email. Close out here. Last item here is going to be more actions. So if we select that, we have a few things in here. So of course our profile, performance settings, view full screen, security options. So in here you can enable the ability to set approvals for anybody attending your meeting. So yes, and we can even add a password if we wish. Close that back out, come into more actions. We can start our own recording, which will then save directly to our device, which I'll come back to in just a moment. Of course, share video, share audio, do noise suppression, but we see that's in beta. We can show whiteboard. Maybe we want to do notes. Sorry for the crummy handwriting with the mouse. And we can come over here. We can hide the whiteboard again. Back to our video. And scroll down here. We can set our background, such as the blur option or some virtual. If we want to save it, we just hit OK. I'm going to cancel for now. Back into more actions and scrolling down, we have all settings. So of course we have everything from audio, video, virtual backgrounds, notifications, moderator, profile, calendar, shortcuts, and general. And you are more than welcome to jump through those. I just don't want to bore you half to death by clicking in and out of those. So we're going to go ahead and hit cancel. One thing I do want to share is the start recording. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Save recording to local. So of course it'll save it to our device. And I did one earlier just to test. So we're gonna do meeting, let's try that again. Meeting 2. And we're gonna go ahead and hit save, put that in our downloads, good to go. And allow Jitsi Meet to see the tab here, and as well allow the audio. So we're gonna go ahead and hit allow.
Recording is on.
As we just heard, recording is on. And just to test this here, we're gonna go ahead, unmute ourselves so we can see that option here, just showing that it's pulsing, which means we should have some audio afterwards. And as well, enable the video, so we should have some video afterwards as well. Then come into more actions, do stop recording, hit confirm. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and go back to hide whiteboard. I'm gonna disable our video here, back to mute. And we can now end the meeting, which should then close everything out for us. Perfect. And that's going to be it for Jitsi Meet. All right, in part 3, we'll take a look at Element, which is built on the Matrix protocol. And you can access this by going to element.io, shown here. And once we're on the site, we can do one of two things. We can either sign in if we already have an account, which then we would click Open Element Web, or we can download. And from here, we have two different areas that we can download for, mobile or desktop. And on mobile, we can go to the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, or F-Droid. And as well for desktop, we can download for Mac, Linux, and Windows 64-bit or ARM 64-bit processors. Last option here is just showing that we can even access the application from the web. So same thing from here, Open Element Web or Element Web. And once we click, this is the sign in or create an account screen. So if you don't have an account, you can go ahead and create one here. Since I do have an account, I'm gonna go ahead and sign in, but I'm gonna pause, I'll sign in, come back and show you what that application dashboard or platform looks like. All right, we're back. This is Element on web app. And right in the center, we can notice a few quick actions, which says send a direct message, explore public rooms, or create a group chat. Then if we move over to the left, we have the home pane, if you will. And we can see here, I already have a chat created called Alternative Chat, which is one that I've set up with 2 accounts just for demonstration, but I'll come back to that in just a moment. Up here in the right-hand corner, we have the Start New, which will allow us to start new chat, a new room, or new video room. I'm gonna go ahead and click out of that. We're gonna move over further to the left here. Up at the top, we have the J bubble, which is gonna be my profile icon. And in here, we see my name, as well as access to link new device, review notifications, set security and privacy, all settings, or sign out. Here we can even switch between light and dark mode. So we'll go ahead and flip that back. Next icon we have here is the home icon, which is this pane that we just kind of reviewed. And moving down, we have 2 additional icons, which is threads, where we can review notifications. However, I don't have any. and a quick settings. From here, we can access all settings or set our theme between light and dark, just like we did at the top. And we're gonna go ahead and bring our attention back to alternative chat. So in the home pane, this is my chat that I have set up. And right here, we can hover over the more options ellipses, and we can mark as unread, favorite, set low priority, invite additional participants, copy the room link, or leave room. Now let's go ahead and click into alternative chat. And from here, right at the top, we have encryption enabled. Messages in this room are end-to-end encrypted. When people join, you can verify them in their profile. Just tap on their profile picture. And what we're going to go ahead and do is come down here to the message field, and we're going to go ahead and type in hello testing message. Maybe if I could spell clearly. Hit send. As well, we can add emojis or attachments. Moving over, we also have more options where we can add stickers, a voice message, poll, and our location. If we move up to the top here, we have alternative chat, which is the name of the chat room that we have. We can even do a video call or set up a voice call. They do have options for legacy or the current element, which is in the application. And I do believe the same for, nope, voice is right off the bat. Apparently that shoots right off the bat. I didn't realize that. All right, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. I'll go to the desktop application and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here we are at the desktop, and we're gonna go ahead and open up the Element desktop application. Should load right off the bat like it did. And that's just because I had it opened a moment ago. Right here, we have the alternative chat opened up in the center. So right here, we have our message field. We can add the emoji, attachment, more options, and we have the ability to do the video call or voice call, which I'm not going to select so we don't do that again accidentally. Of course, we have our home pane right here and the navigation pane on the far left. We'll go ahead and close out of that. And that's going to be it for Element on Matrix.